should be live now. I might check it. I show we're live. Curious the delay. Okay. Oh, you're getting an ad. Okay, we got about 10 seconds away. Let's try it. Boom. 15 mark. For those of you just joining us, we're kind of checking our delay on our new setup, seeing what it's going to be like, and we'll explain in a minute. Then we'll get to cutting. I think it's going to be about 15, actually about 10 seconds. Nah, that's pretty good. So, all right. Let me blow this up. Well, I don't know if I'll see comments here. I won't see comments here. Where am I? Okay. You know what? I think we can just shrink that down. There we go. So now I can see comments. I don't know why I can't just shrink that down. All right, guys, let me know if this is working okay, if you can hear me okay. We're going to have about a 15-second delay. We have switched our equipment up, so you should get better audio, a better stable camera. We're using a camera on a tripod, a laptop now, and a camera all donated to us from Python Addiction. No sound. Is that just for you, or wow, really quiet? Okay, maybe we can fix that. Oh, I bumped the gain. Is that better? Now let's see if that's better. I accidentally turned the gain down. That was my bad. Give it a second, y'all. See if you can hear something in a minute. It was being really quiet. Okay, it looks like I can see myself. Can you hear me now? Now is it better? Or do we completely lose sound? Is it better yet? Hopefully it's coming in better. What's going on, Corey? Apparently we're not getting sound really well. I may have to, sounds better. Okay, that's what I wanted to hear. I'll make sure and keep myself somewhat close to this mic. So hopefully you guys can hear it a little bit better. Still really low. I mean, I can lower the mic, see if that doesn't help. Crank that gain a tad more. See if that helps out a little bit. No, it says going this way. It's full, isn't it? That's full. I think that's off. I think we got it really low now. Did it get quieter or louder? I bet we got quieter. What's going on, Luna? Let me know if it's quieter or louder. It's getting better. Is it staying better? This is better. This is where we'll leave it. Much better. All right. Good call, Caleb. That's what we wanted to do. Lowering the mic helped. We also did a gain adjustment. We just cranked it to full, right? Roar. Yeah, so I got to build a. Oh, no, you can turn it. You want to see? Yeah. Okay. So Caleb's going to be able to see where he's looking, and he's going to help me with the comments. I can't see them again, and I'll do my best to actually look at the camera. I wish we could show you the setup, but there's no way to record the setup on the camera since it's a camera. But it's pretty slick. So what we have here today is already started pipping. This is day 55, so it's right on schedule. We like to see things pipping between about 55, no earlier than that really, and probably I'd say 58. None of these were pipped yesterday. They all pipped today. Because we checked them yesterday when we did our other cutting. Since it was after. Get rid of that. Ooh. So I guess we should tell you about the pairing. That should be the first thing I always do, right? Let me get these guys to move over. So the pairing in this case was a 100% het clown. It's proven. Also it's also het caramel. Also accidentally proven. Bred to a desert ghost pastel lesser. So what we're really looking for here, everything's going to be het desert ghost. Let's start with that. And guys, too, keep Caleb, let him know how the sounds work and how the picture quality is, all those things. Oh man, if we have to look directly at the mic, that's going to be really difficult because it's not really overly feasible. You can stick it down here. Let me know if we put it really low if that's better because I'm looking down. That might help it a tad. We'll see. So what we're really looking for here is cryptons, and that's what we're going to hope to get. Everything will be 100% het desert ghost. Anything not a crypton will have a 66% chance of being either het clown or het crypton, never or cryptic, but never both. So that's where we're looking. Is that making it better? Lowering that mic down even further? Yeah. It pretty much is. Yeah, it pretty much is. I mean, unless we turned it the wrong way. Yeah. And this is a new setup, guys, and it may or may not work because there's no way I can be close to the mic all the time when I have to look at eggs to cut and see the work I'm doing. It's just not possible. It would be possible in a normal live where we're just having a conversation to use the setup, but it may not be conceivable for egg cuttings. So, is it good now? It should be coming in really good. Yeah, because I'm right there. But as soon as I look down to cut these, you're gonna lose some of us. I will do my best, but it's gonna be a little difficult. So here we go. We're gonna start cutting. I'm gonna go ahead and clip these ones who have already pipped first. I mean, I don't think we have a crypton here, but I want to just make that have a little bit easier time getting out. Well, it looks like it's gonna do it on its own just fine without my intervention. Boop boop. That was what I was afraid of, little buddy. It's all right. When you get one like this and you do want to open it up still a little bit, you just take it, cut it really close, and then just give it a little bit of a pop. And now that egg's open. Wow, looky there. What are you seeing there, Caleb? That's what I think too. I'll give you that one. We're going to come over here to this guy here. And again, our Crypton odds are not really good in this clutch. You're talking about a het to het at the end of the day. So it's really a 1 in 4. But that being said, we have enough eggs. We should get it, right? That's awesome, man. I'm glad that you love her. I'm glad we could get you something cool. Hey, yeah, we caught a glimpse of it. This is a Crypton here. This is a Crypton. I don't think there's any extra genes in it. You can kind of see how wonky that pattern is. I mean, if you didn't know what you were looking for, you may not call it a Crypton, but we saw the head, and it's a Crypton. I don't think it's pastel. Do you? Yeah. I don't think it's lesser. I know it's not lesser. It's definitely just a regular Crypton. But that's a Crypton 100% het desert ghost. That's still a really good egg. So there is one little Crypton. One not Crypton. Let's go ahead and cut this guy since he's already open. Really, you're not making this easy. This is the one I thought was Crypton. Just the colors. If it sticks his head out, we'll get a better view. That view right there may not be. It just kind of had a little bit of a bronzy color, which yeah, triple head. We don't want the triple head, right? We don't want that. We'll set that over there. All right, so we got one, and we only have one, two, three, four, five, 6 eggs. So 1 out of 6 you'd expect, one, maybe two. You know, that was what you'd really expect here. You know, so and as good as odds have been, I'm not going to complain if we only end up with just one. Obviously, I'd like to have a lot more. You'd actually pip two. I just found the holes on you. That one, I think, is probably just a lesser. Can't see its head enough. You're thinking something else, maybe. I'd expect pastel lesser to be lighter. We'll know more when it gets its head out. But I think we didn't get it on that one either. Nah, I don't think we will. Het Desert Ghost, 66% chance of being het. On these clutches, when you're not hitting the odds you want, you got to remember all the other stuff that's in there that you're not seeing. I mean, there's not a bad baby in the bunch. Uh, some are better than others, obviously. This looks nice. lesser. I think we got pastel lesser here. See the difference in the nose? That's just lesser. You get that white. There's your pastel lesser. I was getting really hopeful on seeing that bottom, but I don't think that's Crypton either. All right, so we got one more shot to get a second Crypton. Let's go out with a bang, y'all. I gotta find a good spot to nip this thing. That looks like another pastel lesser. There's a yolk right there. That's kind of a funky head, though. But I don't see Crypton there either. So I think after all the few years we really killed the Crypton odds, we kind of got paid back, and I think we just got the one right there. And that'll be okay. We'll know more when they're out. This is something that can be kind of hard to see. Now let me tell you, I've got a pastel lesser Crypton. You're gonna see that. I'm pretty confident those two pastel lessers are not Crypton. There's still some things to crawl out and look at. We're going to see the heads in the full pattern to really get an idea. But there's only one in the egg that I'm confident in as being Crypton. That's still not bad. I'll still take that, because the mom really didn't carry any genes other than just the het clown and the het caramel. So now we've got these babies that are going to be 100% het desert ghost, 66% het Crypton or clown. And then on top of that, you're looking at another 50% het for caramel, although I would only tell you that because I would not pair that to anything else that's possibly het caramel. Because you don't really want to make caramel. Caramel's a kinked up shit show mess, so let's avoid doing it. It's one of those things that I actually feel like, again, everybody makes their own choice. I'm not here to tell any breeder what their morals should be or shouldn't be. I am not the self-elected reptile morality police, and I'll be blunt, we already have enough of those people in this hobby that are the self-elected reptile morality police. But I, for one, personally won't breed caramel on purpose, nor will I breed super black pastel or super cine on purpose, nor will I ever breed just desert. Desert ghost being a separate gene. For those of you that haven't ever heard of desert, it's also got its own problems. So there's that. Quick question before I get off of here, and we'll fill in some space. At that point we can set that down and read the comments and kind of respond to some of that. Now we can do it just like we're doing a podcast almost. What I want to know from you all then is Caleb showed me that we just had a picture posted on Instagram that was literally a female scaleless on eggs, right? There's a lot of talk that picture may be bullshit. Have you heard any more about that, Caleb? Okay. Okay. So we haven't watched Warful's live stream on it. But I remember you saying that a lot of people are calling bullshit right away because it wasn't somebody that had been really heard of, from what I understand, or known really well, nor did he ever really post a lot of pictures. But then the dude backed it up, showing that all the eggs had hatched and all the babies, and every single one of them was scaleless head. So, what do you think? And pictures of locks with that female scaleless. So, what do you guys think? Do we take? Obviously, we took a step in the direction that it's viable. The question is now, is that a believable source? And I don't know enough to know one way or the other. So is anybody able to chime in what they've heard or what they've seen or what they think? Yeah, because that would be really cool to hear. Yeah, on it. I know. We're only cutting one clutch. Slow day, right? I had to wet my whistle. But I do. I want to know your guys' thoughts on that. Because scaleless is one of those things where if it's legit, right? Uh, I bet heat was horrible in Oklahoma, but it's bad in Kansas too. So, thanks for the show. Close last weekend. I was able to get a V3 for my big incubators. Oh, awesome! That'll be what you need. That'll get it rocking and rolling. But I want to know: do you guys think we move closer to the scaleless project proving legit, or do you still think it's horseshit? Um, Obviously, I've been one who's been hopeful in the Scaleless project. We've stayed in it. We have a chance to hatch our first ever Scaleless ball pythons here coming up, and we have another clutch to be laid still this year that has had its prelay shed just a little while ago, about 6 days ago now. Yeah, 5 days ago. So I would like it to be viable. Obviously, if it proves to not be viable, it's it would be. And remember, if scales proves not to be viable, there's nothing wrong with the animal per se. It's just like you wouldn't want to breed the females. Similar to desert, you wouldn't want to breed the females. That's kind of where we would be at on that. What's up, Jay Slithers? And for everybody who's wondering, Jay Slithers Morphs has zero connection to Slither reptiles. That's what I want to say. All right, Beast Morph, you said it's legit. On it, you said I'll believe it's possible when it's more than just one clutch. I get you on that. Beast Morphs, tell us why it's legit. I want to know if you know something or have seen something because I think it's a big deal, right? Uh, yeah, that's true, Daniel Patton. We used to have a scaleless Western Diamondback, and people all the time would ask how it felt, and I said, well, if you're a dude and you wake up in the morning and you really got to go to the bathroom, you already know. Like, that's how it feels. You're welcome. I give a lot of shit to that place, and they deserve every bit of it, and I don't want you confused with them because that would not be fair nor right. I kind of like having a mic in my face. I'm not going to lie. It makes me feel like a radio host. But anyway, I still want to hear from that beast. Type it out. Tell us why you think it's legit. I think that's a big, big thing. Uh, I remember when Scaleless first hit the market, and it changed the world. The world as far as ball pythons go. Everybody wanted one. People were paying shit tons of money to get into that game, and then it kind of went dark, right? And then everybody said, "Oh, it's terrible, 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 terrible." Uh, uh, for clarification, for anybody watching, I made Anna touch the Western Diamondback, so she could. Yeah, we're just gonna leave that there. And it is exactly what they feel like, But I've always felt like the idea that a scaleless ball python was going to be automatically not good was a little bit odd because, there's scaleless corns, there's scaleless rats. Everything in the Klubert family pretty much has a scaleless version that's been bred, been reproduced. It all works really, really well. And they're egg layers as well. So you would think that, they'd work. The only difference is, uh, I get you, Matthew Garland. The only difference between them and the ball python version is most of the ones in the Klubert family or the rattlesnakes do have belly scales, whereas the ball pythons actually have none. So that would be really the only difference we were seeing. So yes, how about as an honest nude? Do you mean honest dude, or what are you trying to say there? I want to make sure I understand. Uh, but if you can do it, then do it. Yeah, like you you work with bamboo, and that's about as dead can be. Actually, Kurt's always telling me we need to get into bamboo still to this day. So bamboo's not dead. All of them drop in price. Anybody who gets into a morph and it's thousands of dollars thinks it's gonna stay there. They got a rude awakening coming, right? I'm guessing you said honest dude. Okay, so was that the live with Warfels? Because I haven't got a chance to see that yet. Neither has Caleb, and I think it's excellent news. If this is a legit thing, yeah. Now I can tell you if that was my scaleless, one thing I would have done because I would have. Again, I don't expect everybody to do this, right? Uh, I would have been taking pictures of that scaleless, especially if it wasn't bred to another scaleless, where every baby be scaleless. We could just end the argument. I would have been taking pictures of that scaleless on eggs multiple times, just because I know how much the market's going to call bullshit. Even if I'm telling the truth, that's what they're going to do. So this guy, he's going to be in like for probably a lot of dollars, which is fine. I think honest noob. It is kind of strange that an honest noob did he raise that snake up, Beast Morphs, or did he buy it as an adult? I'm also curious about that. And the reason I'm curious is because, uh, yeah, he only had the one pick on eggs, and that's where I'm saying, man, if it was me, knowing the flack I'm gonna get, I'm taking a lot more picks, right? But again, if you're not doing the social media, you're not expecting that. Why would you? I mean, you can't fault the guy for not taking 1,000 picks. Like that doesn't mean it's wrong, right? Like, can we see if we can find a sweet spot? It's not picking up my voice for shit. Well, let's try it this way. See if that's any better. Still not picking it up very well. It's straight up the way it's supposed to be. It was 1,400 grams when he bought it. Okay, that makes me a little bit more able to buy into this too because I think well, and Daniel, that's honestly why we're doing this is because we have some people on the channel who could benefit a lot from closed captioning. And so we're able to have the closed captioning on. I think it's on. I hope I didn't screw that part up. Uh, then it would be better. The issue I've heard with scaleless females isn't so much the breeding of them, it's getting them to size. I would be curious how old that 1,400 gram female was. And the fact it's in a glass tank, that was awesome. Yeah, I don't even can't. I just, bro, you have to know how much time I don't have. Like any, I don't have any time. I mean, yesterday was Sunday, right? Was yesterday Sunday? No, Monday. Yesterday was Monday. So Monday I got up, I went to work, I came back here, we busted out 3 clutches, had our film day, went to bed. Today I got up, went to work, came home, and cutting clutches, and here I am. That's been what I've done since Sunday night. Sunday night I got home from the show. I mean, it's just been a thing. So it's been kind of crazy busy around here, which is normal. Caleb can tell you this is kind of just how we roll pretty much on a daily basis. So, all right, guys, hit me up with some questions. If not, we're going to hop up off of here. We're going to slide over to Patreon. Can anybody tell me if the mic got better or worse a few minutes ago? And it's not clear. We'll have to. I wonder if maybe if we plug it, think of being in here. Well, it shouldn't matter where it's plugged in at. Well, we may end up not being able to use the mic if we can't get it to work. So I'm kind of yelling into it already, and that's about as good as we can do. And I mean, there's yeah. uh, so David says it can still sound good to him. All right, like yeah, go check and we'll play with it, Caleb. Let me know what it's doing. So we didn't adjust it much, but we're trying to find. I mean, there was a mark on here we got it for the sweet spot on the gain. That's where we're in now. And we're trying to see if maybe in our setup we need to adjust it more or what's going on. Let me look in the. I may lose comments here for just a second. No, I didn't. Awesome. So, and I get all the morphs getting mixed up. I mean, says we're picking up, so I don't know, but I don't know if we can make it pick up more. Wonder if I can adjust this somehow. Uh, advanced audio properties. Let's play with that. So maybe that'll help. Mic in the right balance. All right, y'all. Let me know if this is making a difference. Let me know if that helped at all, because I played with some stuff and we'll see what happens. Sounds okay to you? Um, I mean, I don't know. I got people, even Skylar saying this TV's at max and slow. So I don't know. Did it get better in there? I changed the decibels here to 0.6 on the USB from down from negative 2.5. I don't know if that helps or not. Well, hopefully it is. Gotcha. So that means honestly, guys, we'll probably be able to use this mic for things like when we're gonna be doing something like, you know, right there. But it got a little better. Okay. Well, I did just move it down, but that probably was not hit for the delay yet. Let's try this. Let's just go for the gusto here. Let me know if that made it better. Night and day. Okay, let me know if it gets louder again, guys, because what I'm doing is I'm in the advanced audio property settings. So, yeah, and that, I know, and that may work and that may not work for us. So we may have to switch out this type of mic on these kind of things. We're going to use this setup. We're really trying to make it where it's more inclusive. That's the goal, right? Uh, that's the goal. But it's really hard for me as a guy that moves around a lot to be able to. Let me try this too. Maybe if I move this around, it'll look less stupid here in a second. Oh, as a guy who, uh, and generally is very mobile and moves around a whole lot, uh, to have a mic right there. So it may work for some things and it may not work for everything. We'll just kind of have to see. I mean, I could also maybe crank it sideways, get it in there a little bit. What do you think? We'll keep playing. We're gonna need y'all's help with it though. Uh, Max it. We'll work our way back. Did it get better again? So I kind of stopped it because I'm at the 3.0 decibel. But I can. Uh, how are we doing now? Is that better? 299 vlogging mic. Oh, that's craziness. That's craziness. I'll just use my phone mic for that. I mean, we're not trying to make you know uh, crazy TV here. Let's see what the max is. Probably doesn't sound like I'm yelling at y'all here in a minute. There may not be a max to this. I bet it's like 9.9. It is not 9.9. All right, y'all. Let me know how that works. We're not going to find the max. It went up to 11.8 decibels. I think that's, uh, yeah, it shows volume percentage. Oh, 389%. That ought to do it. Is that making it better? Can you hear me better now when I'm away from it too? Is it getting? Let me know how that's going for y'all. So you can hear me when I move. Okay, let's crank it up some more. We'll just see what happens here. Why not? Sorry if you're wearing earphones. I appreciate y'all helping me get this set up for a few minutes. Wow, that's loud. Okay, y'all were complaining before I was too goddamn quiet. Now I'm too loud. Come on now. Oh, you're wearing headphones? That was just for you. Perfect, perfect. Okay. Yeah, but now we're trying to not be just in front of it, and I've got the volume cranked up by. We're gonna go just for I like round numbers. We're gonna stick it at 500%. That's 5 times normal. If my math is good, or if I'm Donald Trump, I would say it's huge. Is that huge sound now? I'm getting closer to perfect. All right, that's best. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Okay, all right. Well, if we're good now, listen. I'd rather be ouch, ouch in the headphones. I'm guessing. I'd rather be too loud than too quiet because you can always turn it down, but the people can't turn it up anymore. So we're gonna set it there, and we're gonna see if that helps. So can you guys hear me now? Pretty good, even though I'm not right into it. I got it cranked up to 14 extra decibels, 500%. China. Oh, I don't. Maybe I missed it. Oh man. Oh, that's awesome, Rage Games. If you go back to our original cryptic cutting, we didn't even know we were cutting. We were Jaman bad. I hate all politicians. I just like to pick on all of them. But the way he's huge, it was always kind of funny. Um, good. I'm glad it's way better. So like now, I think we got it fixed. Now we don't have to have it right up in there. I can look at it and get really loud. Probably look away. It's still going to change volume a little bit, but it's going to probably crank that volume way up for us. So that is great because I really don't want that thing stuck right in my damn head all the time. I want to be able to see, right? So if you go back and you find our original cutting, which I don't know what it's called, we weren't expecting cryptons, and we hit cryptons. We were just expecting pastel lessers, het clowns, I believe, possible het clowns. It was kind of a, or het desert, excuse me, het desert ghost. We didn't know the male. Uh, okay, leaning back to try it as you requested. We did not know our male was even. Let me know if leaning back was okay. I'll lean back forward now. I don't want you to mess anything bad. Uh, Sorry you're late, Roxanne. We'll be going over to Patreon here in just a few, so no biggie. So anyway, we didn't know we were going to hit it. We didn't know what we were looking at. So it was really kind of crazy, right? We were looking at this, had no idea. And I mean, it took us a few minutes to figure it out. And then somebody suggested in the comments they thought it was Crypton. And lo and behold, shit, we got to looking, and yeah, when it came out, it was obviously Crypton, which is awesome because that was like a bonus thing. So we got really lucky on that. I got really lucky. So good. I'm glad it's much better. That was awesome. Cleaning a rat shed beats watching me. That is a true story. It was okay when I was leaning back then because there is a delay. So one thing you understand this way, I'm going to have about a 15 to 30-second delay from what I say to what you guys hear. I'm seeing your comments in real time, but what you're commenting about happened back a ways, right? Yeah, I don't. If I crank it up anymore, I think we're gonna run into problems. I don't know. Uh, I'll look into what else I can do, but we've got it at 500%. I think anymore we're gonna distort the holy fuck out of it. So no, 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 no more. So when I see a comment, it's behind, right? Oh, I got to turn all the way red. So, yeah, I actually got to be careful how close I get now. Look at that, or it goes full blown red on me, which means I'm probably washing the sound out. So that's good to know. Uh, it was a really cool experience to get to do that, though. So I had a lot of fun with it. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna hop off of here because I want to slide over to Patreon and chat with them for a few minutes and see how it goes there. Because we're gonna figure out when we can use this setup. Because again, we want to be able to include anybody. And there's a lot of people who use closed captions out there that we're missing, and some of them, somebody who really wanted that closed caption ability was willing to send us a setup to make it doable. So I want to do that, right? So yeah, you got to make sure you have food for the new snakes. Totally. Good, good, good. That's what we want. We don't want to. I want to make sure you can hear my wonderful radio voice perfectly clear. I mean, actually, I have a shit voice for radio. Yeah, honestly, Ronald Dump. I'm gonna guess I know where you stand on things. Do you think This is a great question. I'm gonna read this one. It says, "Do you think people who sell big snakes like retic should educate first-time buyers on how big the snake will get and how dangerous it can become?" Absolutely, absolutely. And when I did own part of a retail shop, anytime we had a berm babies or retic babies, somebody wanted them, we'd always go get one of the adults. At least I would. Like, this is what you're getting into, And most of them walked out with a ball python. If that was their first snake, it's not usually the best choice, and I wanted them to be educated. I think it's no different than educating somebody about genetics when they buy something, or making sure that they have good knowledge. And that's why I don't breed big snakes. I honestly feel like, for me, I don't ever think, anybody knows rattlesnake's going to kill you, right? I don't have to have much education in that. If they don't, we'll see you, Skylar. Thanks for joining us. If they don't understand that, I can't help them. I mean, we'll tell them it's venomous, but for fuck's sake, they ought to know that, right? If we're buying one. At the end of the day, some of that's on the customer for being blunt. But I think as the seller, we have a duty, right, of educating customers and telling them what exactly they're getting, making sure, because we're selling live things. I mean, you know, this isn't a new car or a used car. Like, we're selling a living creature. You want to make sure that it goes to the best possible place, or at least the person getting it understands what they're getting. I don't expect my customer to have everything laid out when they buy it. You know, um, that's exactly what happens. Ronald Dump. That's it, and that's the problem. That's the problem, because that's why I don't think berms or retics, and I'm never going to get into them for sale. At least if I do, it would be a really small level, because I just feel like if you have a bunch of them at some point, you're having to sell your soul to move those snakes, right? Um, and what I mean by that is, just like you're saying, if you tell that customer what's happening, a lot of them are going to walk away. And that's why the ball python continues to dominate the market. And even though we're seeing a market depression right now, and people thinking it's overabundance of ball pythons, et cetera, and we've seen price dips and things like that, the ball python market will bounce back, right? We're doing really good, Smay Serpents, because it's going to bounce back simply because of the fact that when I was at this last reptile show, there was a lot of variety there. Man, some cool shit, and you're gonna see some of it pop up in our YouTube shorts when we're done cutting eggs. Um, really cool shit, man. Like, one of my favorite things I personally saw there that was for sale. My favorite thing I saw there was the adult black throat monitor that would lay on my shoulder like a fucking 35 or 40 pound baby dinosaur. I'll never forget that. That was a highlight. It turned me into a little kid again, man. It was amazing, mind blowing. But my favorite thing I saw for sale there was some pure diamond uh, pythons, which are related to carpet pythons, right? They're beautiful. They get more beautiful as they get older. Those things are cool as shit to see. And those shows, man, they need a handful of that kind of thing there, right? Like, we had a handful of boas, and there was a couple of those diamond pythons. The same person diamond pythons, and you'll see those in a short too. Had a bunch of short tail pythons. I mean, there was some different shit there. But everybody buying their first time reptile was walking out, or first time snake was walking out of that some bitch with a ball python. At least 9 out of 10. You know, and our market doesn't grow. Our hobby doesn't grow selling birds. Our hobby doesn't grow selling retics. just doesn't. It does grow selling ball pythons. Some of those people who buy those ball pythons later on will buy a berm. Later on will buy a retake. When they decide they want to get into that, they've already educated. They're more prepared for that after having that ball python because they're going to start to study shit, be involved in the hobby, meet other people, and they're going to meet people who have those animals and know what they're getting into, right? Um, oh, it wasn't scary at all. This thing was a fucking puppy dog. And I mean, it was literally a puppy dog. A puppy dog. Oh, I for a second, Smay, I read that you just got a sick clown. I was like, oh shit, who the hell sold you a sick animal? Sick. I just got a Lester clown. Awesome. Now I get it. I actually have a Sin and a Hera as well. Sin's a pinstripe, and Hera is the fuck is Hera? Fire yellow belly? That's Hestia. Maybe we don't have a Hera. Maybe we did, and I forgot what she is because we just use numbers now. Anyway, guys, I need to hop up off here, slide over to Patreon so I can do some work there. And then tomorrow, do we have an egg cutting tomorrow? That's a no, which means I get to actually get some fucking work done up in this son bitch. Oh, good, because I'm sure Caleb is like, bro, we got cleaning schedule to keep up on. Am I right? We're not too bad. That's because he kicks ass, man. I do all this fun shit. He's over there working like a dog. So that means I get to help him get what we need done tomorrow and probably Thursday. And we won't have a cutting. But I will be dropping YouTube shorts on both days for you guys. So look for those. You're going to see some really, really cool shit we saw at the show. What I want to do when I go to these shows, it's really hard for me to break away and film a whole video at a show. We're just too damn busy. But I can break away, hit up tables early, and try to get 5 to 10 shorts. I want to share with people why to go to shows. Because I always hear, oh, every table's ball pythons. Well, I love ball pythons. I don't fucking give a shit. But we went to a bunch of different tables, and I don't think I filmed but maybe one ball python at all of them, right? We filmed a table, had nothing but clearance, man. We filmed a rescue. That was what had that humongous black throat monitor. That was just awesome. And we filmed the short tail python table. They had the diamond carpets, right? Or the diamond pythons. They used to be called carpets. Now it's called diamonds. So they had that. We just kind of went over and filmed. Oh, we filmed a guy that had a big ass tegu, which has a crazy story to it. So we did a lot of those. So you're going to see those coming out. There's so much more to see at shows than just ball pythons. And I thought the variety was through the roof, you know? Uh, yeah, and I actually felt like there was less of the just ball pythons than there have been in the past. So, oh, yeah, well, Eighth Element was there. When Eighth Element comes, there's at least 400,000 fucking spiders, right? Those guys, man, they can make some damn spiders. Let me tell you, they know what they're doing on spiders. If you need a spider, hit up Eighth Element or Deadly Tarantula Girls, where I'd recommend. My two faves. What we cutting Sunday? Oh shit! That's right. That's why there was all the talk about the scales. You probably have to yell when you talk because you're so far there. Lean in here and ma. Yeah, you got to make love to this thing. Uh, so on Sunday when we do an egg cutting, what you're going to be seeing is our first shot at scaleless ball pythons. That's why this news coming out right now is really, really good timing for us and really prevalent. Um, I'm really excited. So I hope to hear more on that topic and more from that person. So if you know that, we suddenly have a viewer here, man, that knows that guy, tell him he needs to get out as much as he can and share that information. Because if it's legit, that's what this market's been waiting on. And everybody's been saying, oh, it should have happened by now. It should have happened by now. But we got to go back in the Wayback Machine and understand the first two scaleless born were both males, right? And I don't know. I think one of them, the first three females passed, Caleb just said. And yeah, you're already kind of, in the behind times. And then it does take them a lot longer to get to size. That's why I'm curious when that one was born. Like, how old is that one that just laid, right? Because, yeah, the frog or glass frogs. I say I missed the frogs there if they were there. I'm bummed if I missed them because I would have loved to have recorded a frog table too, just to show the variety. Um, but anyway, like, if we're there now, when you've considered some of those factors, it's not been too long. We should have seen it maybe a little bit earlier, but they take so much longer to get there. What are you gonna do? Like, it's part of it. So, what's the second thing that happened, Caleb? Spotted giraffe. Oh, a spotless giraffe. Oh, damn, that's awesome. And Skylar says there's one at the Tennessee Zoo.
Yeah, so the Tennessee Zoo just had one. The
Okay.
second time to happen ever. The other one was in Japan.
Gotcha. That's neat, man. That's something I'd like to see. One thing I haven't got to see yet, and it's here in Manhattan, and Caleb got to see it, but we actually have an albino. What is it? Wallaby. Yeah, not a kangaroo, it's a wallaby.
But they also have red kangaroos now, so I don't know.
I think it's a
I
wallaby.
think it's a wallaby.
I remember right, and it's never been out when I go. I'm like, you fucker, come out and let me see you, and it never does. I need to get. It's too damn hot now. we're we're gonna have a theft at the zoo. It'll be me and Caleb walking away with an albino wallaby. All right, guys, let me hop up off here. Oh, Don, hi, welcome. Sorry you got here at the end. You have to rewatch. We're getting ready to go, and we're gonna hop over to Patreon. We will see you all very, very shortly. I'm gonna see if they'll stop streaming and this OBS.